Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? You guys come on in. Let's do a little meet greet. Come in. Let's talk a little bit. We are still following the Naziah Harris case, you guys. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on around us. We are still watching Tyre Nichols' case. You know, his mother was on the stand yesterday. She, you know what? I couldn't even. I'm gonna tell you guys something. When we got off the live, because we did a little live, we were just watching it, and we were just watching it together. And the officer came. The mom came on later on my way to getting ready for work, and it was crazy. She brought tears to my eyes, you guys. She said, I'm trying to watch here in the trial. Yes. And so the on the opening statement, I did wanted to say, you guys, you know, it can make you mad. It can make you out of words. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like, and I know it's going to end well. It will end well, you guys. I mean, but I get disappointed, even though that, they get found guilty, and they will get found guilty. And I just thank God that the officers that did come out and went ahead and pleaded guilty on that case, on the Tyre Nichols case. Um, I just thank God that, uh, he did. It's so many things that had happened where, they could have stopped. Like you have warning signs to stop. Like the officer said, he sprayed Tyree 2 times, and then he sprayed again, but he sprayed himself. And that's weird to me that you went to spray again and you ended up spraying yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just like, you know, the spirits, the angels, and God intervening. And sometimes we think that God is intervening to stop something. He might be intervening for the person that he's intervening in, and not as stop as the act. The act still must happen because these demonic spirits is all attacking one person. And I tell you guys all the time, I want you guys to know this, that, people be sitting back talking about, I want him to come and deal with me, and I want this and this, that, and the other. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I you be crying tears because they don't play fair. So you thinking that you can deal with stuff like that, you better stick to praying, because that's your power. You don't have your physical power cannot compete to that stuff, you guys. I'm just being honest with you. And if you've ever seen them before, these demonic spirits that get into people and the way that they react, you guys sit back and be like, how in the world did this person do this or that, or da 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 da? Yeah, it's really, that's what's going on. And it's hard to really explain it. You can't explain it because science that we know can't explain the spirit. It can't. Okay? It can go with all the theories in the world and how the world is round and then it's flat, and how Columbus discovered America, and then, 300 years later, you find out everything that you learned in school and everything your grandparents taught you, and, all of it's a lie. And you sitting back going, now, I got a D in history because I couldn't remember who discovered America. Well, and the teacher marked it off when you said it was the Indians, or it was, whoever else, there was other people here and who navigated the ship, because, then you start hearing Columbus couldn't even read. How I just can't sometimes. It's just, history is just totally crazy. But anyway, you guys, I want to talk about the Naziah Harris case just a little bit, because I want to stay focused. And I know we've been off focus for a little bit, but just I wouldn't even say it's a recap, because we haven't talked about this yet. But you guys, so our thumbnail says, what's going to happen to Jarvis? What is going to happen to Jarvis? So if you guys got any inkling of everything that you have heard, I don't care where you got it from. I don't care what channel you got it from. I don't care who you spoke to. What do you think gonna happen to Jarvis? Just put it in the chat, you guys. Because there's a reason why I'm saying this, because I think I've been doing this wrong. I think I come on here and I give you guys information and what I hear, what I see, and things that's going, on the YouTube and TikTok and stuff. And then we try to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to give you, bad information or bad thoughts or things, because sometimes, like, I have learned something, and I know this to be true, that one person can get off into your high energy, positive energy. Whether they think it's positive or not, it's not up to them. If you believe it's positive and you're putting it out there, then that's what it is. Now, people can take things the wrong way. All day people take things the wrong way. You say hi, they be like, oh, she said she got high. Oh, she said it in a derogatory. She rolled her eyes when she said hi. Or whatever. That, I mean, it could do what it do. So the question is, what's going to happen to Jarvis? And thanks everybody for coming on in. What do you guys gonna think's gonna happen to Jarvis? I mean, with the information that and nobody's gonna say anything. Like, I'm not gonna get on here. If Zena say, I think that he's gonna be in prison for the rest of his life, I'm not gonna say, Zena, why do you I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to know, what do you guys think? And I'll tell you what I think. I will. Crystal says, and I'm just gonna read them, you guys. I'm not gonna go, why? Like I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Just say, what do you think's gonna happen to Jarvis? Because what I think and you think is going, trust me, it's gonna be totally different. Trust me. So Crystal says, I think Jarvis is going to tell truth that the aunt did it, and he is not going down what she did for what she did, period. Wow, Crystal. Wow. You got a lot of hope. You got a lot of hope, You think he's gonna tell the truth. Wow. See, I wouldn't have, first of all, I wouldn't have thought Crystal was thinking something of this nature. But man, you thinking he's gonna tell the truth, and somehow the truth is what Shannon say, and that's gonna happen. Wow. Renee, now I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Rennie B13 says he's not gonna get charged with first degree. Wow. Whoa. So tomorrow when we come in here, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. Wow. She said, and if that's one of the charges, then yeah, that's crazy. See, because this case is going to make you sick a little bit. Zena says he going down, even if he's found not guilty of the murder. He is going to get lots of time for essay of children, period. Zena, that is true. That is true. So it's going to be very hard for them to say that it's murder. So you guys are really growing in your understanding about law and feelings. So Shauna says somebody's going to make his butthole their playground. Oh my goodness. They messed up the case and evidence. Why did yes. Yes, Crystal says, but after he find out that he is going to be sentenced to life. Shauna says, I hope. Rennie B13, Need B13. Wow. You know, you're thinking like I'm thinking. You are. You're really thinking like I'm thinking, like, and I hate to say I wish bad on anybody. I mean, even if it's a horrible, horrible place, like a person. I was looking at the guy that bombed the Oklahoma bomber, and it was back in like 1995. And I live right next door to Oklahoma. So when it happened, Kansas shook. Yeah, that you people be like, no, it didn't. Yes, it did. I remember the day. Yes, it did. Now we didn't know what it was. We thought it was a little earthquake or whatever, but it shook. It shook the states that surround it. It shook. We didn't know what it was though. We was like, what the heck was that? Oh, it's just a little bit of a earthquake or something, because we get little trembles here and there. Being in the middle of the state, you get a little bit of everything. And we was like, well, okay. And then come to find out, it was back in April. I think it was like, see, and you guys gonna be like, SV, I love history. And one thing about me in history, I connected to things that people, when their birthday is, what happened and things of that nature in April. The reason why I'm really real mellow in April, because where people think, and this is just me, you guys. This may not have to be true for you, but it's my truth. That people think that in October, because you have Halloween, that is a spiritual month where bad and goblins and goblins and stuff like that happens or whatever. But technically, back in the days, and I say centuries, and where if we was under the Romans calendar, you don't have 12 months. You actually have like 15 months for it to be a calendar year, right? So, and I don't know, don't quote me on these numbers. I just know it's way more than what we go with the calendar year being 12 months. But nevertheless, you guys, and so taking that in consideration, that some of the months are not in there anymore, and da 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 da. The month that when things where there is a lot of negative energy is surrounded by April. You guys, I'm just telling you, you ain't got to believe me, but like I said, this is my truth. So I'm going to share with you a little bit. So, and no, I'm not superstitious. I'm not superstitious at all. Okay. So, so when April comes, I really don't do a lot of stuff. I really just try to go into work and come home and chill. I don't try to get in no arguments. I don't try to. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to go to Chalope. What's the little place? I've never, Chalupe, whatever the place is called. I can't remember what it's called. Like I said, I don't go there. Chalope. I don't know. Anyway, even if you put it in the chat, I probably couldn't even say it, because that's what it is, Mona. That's what it is. Chipotle or whatever. Whatever. But anyway, I was, this girl had some, and I said, oh, that smells so good. I just wanted it. And it's probably maybe a block from my job. And I thought, I'm going to go and get me some. So I got all the way out to my car, got in my car, and my spirit said, McDonald's is right there on the corner. Chipotle or some Chipotle, whatever. Thank you. She said, oh my God, girl, Girl, I told you, I have a bad speech impediment. I mean, it's hard, and people don't believe it's not that, you can't read or whatever. It's really hard because, certain words have the C sound, the S sound. Yeah, I know in my name. Yeah. P sound, the T sound. Those are very hard for me to pronounce. I really have to think about it. You know what I'm saying? So she said, "You said it right the last time." Okay. So yeah, I try to pronounce it the way I can see it, but if it has a different way of pronouncing it, I'm just gonna have trouble. I just am, and then my mouth don't want to work right. But anyway, my spirit said no, don't go those extra blocks, and I'm thinking to myself, what's you know what I'm saying? Like, but I really want some. But you know me, I said, and I don't really like McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's. You guys, I eat McDonald's maybe 4 times a year. I mean, I'd rather eat Wendy's, some Burger King, oh shoot, a Quick Trip, hot dog or whatever. But and like I just told you, I never went to this place. I've always smelt it and it smells good. So I wanted some. The girl said she had some kind of a rice bowl with chicken, and she said it's rice, chicken, and something. But it didn't smell like chicken. But I wanted it. I was like, man, that looked good. It smells good. My mouth was watering, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get some of that. What is that? And she told me. And then she was like, oh yeah, it's about 5 minutes away. You can just go hit a right, go down four blocks, hit a right, go down 7 blocks, and you're there. And I said, okay. I got in my car, went out into the street. I hit 1 block, seen McDonald's, which I know McDonald's right there. My spirit says, no, don't go no farther. Do you guys ever get things like that in your spirit where, you know what I'm saying? You're doing the opposite of what your spirit told you to do. I just can't do it. Good afternoon to everybody in the chat. So anyway, I'm not here to tell you what I ate for lunch yesterday, but I did eat a little McDonald's. But I listen to my spirit because I'm thinking, okay, I got the keys to my job on me, which I should have left. I normally don't leave the facility because they may need me. Then I'm in my car. I don't know if it's going to break down. Somebody's going to hit me or I'm going to get pulled over. But I can feel something tugging on me to not do what I wanted to do. Mona says yes all the time. When it happens, I have to listen to my spirit too. Exactly. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So there are people in here, and so I'm not trying to say, like, oh yeah, I got all of this, woo, but you know what I'm talking about. Just like you can be getting ready to walk in a house or something, and some say, don't go in there. And I don't know if you guys get stuff like that, but I get it all the time. I get it on people. I get it. Sometimes they tell me to shut up or go check that out, or, this is a time that you need not to come on live. Just don't say anything or say something or go get you that soda. I mean, it could be something really small, like, yeah, and so I listen to my spirit. And let me tell you guys something. And when it happens on people, I get, like I get away from them. Like there was this guy, and yeah, I won't tell you the whole story, but he did hurt me. You know what I'm saying? But my spirit, every time when I was around this guy, my spirit would tell me to get away from him. And if he touched me, I mean, I would have the biggest headache. And I mean, I literally will have this headache that I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't stand him to touch me. It's crazy. So, I try to put stuff together, and and even though we may think it's something small, um watching the Tyree Nichols case where the guy pepper sprayed himself, he could have stopped. He could have stopped, and that could have just stopped him from them beating that child to death. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. When the kid got away, when Tyree Nichols got away, they continue. They just continue like, no, we're gonna do this no matter what we're gonna do. Sometimes there's, and we call them red flags. They're not red flags, you guys. You know what they are? They're your spirit. They're the good spirit side of you that tells you to to stop. It's not a red flag. See, because if you keep calling it a red flag and you keep ignoring red flags because that's what you do. Because here's the thing, and everybody, y'all can say what you want to say, but if you got a stoplight, and your stoplight got some red light on it, which means stop. It's got a yellow light on it, which means slow down, and it's got a green light on it, which tells you to go. And every time when you come to this stoplight, which is a red flag, and it's got a red light blinking to stop, and every time you come to it, you keep going, what's going to happen? You're going to crash. You're going to get a ticket. You're going to cause other people damage. So, and people be like, oh yeah, you should have seen the red flags. No, you know them when you see them. You know right from wrong. So you know. So I was thinking about Naziah in the last couple of days, you guys. And I just wanted to just focus on her. And I thought to myself, I said, Jarvis is not a type of person that's, because we looked at his character so far, and all we can go by is his character. And yeah, I'm going to get back on research, but right now it's just like I said, but Jarvis, he didn't. Now, even though he did the premeditated on looking for a way to abort a baby, a pregnancy, he wasn't looking to take somebody out. The baby, of course. You guys understand what I'm saying? But not Naziah. And if the baby, or she was pregnant, and we have to say if because it's allegedly, and all that we're talking about here is allegedly, you guys. If she was pregnant, which we don't know because they have not shared all the information with us, then maybe she was not even the 20 weeks, which would not consider in the United States a baby. So, when I'm thinking about Jarvis, you guys, I would like for tomorrow to share with you something that is very disturbing about, what I think her name was Renee said. I don't believe that he's going to get charged with murder. I don't believe he's going to get charged with murder at all. There's nobody. I do believe they messed up this case big time. And the sad thing about it is we always think that we're doing something good. We do. We think we're doing something good. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Jarvis is a repeat offender. He will get life in prison. Yeah, they don't, not repeat offenders. They don't give just, you think repeat offenders get life in prison? Well, the max of what he can get is 25 years. So what are you talking about, Robert? Each charge was 25 years. Now, I think he's going to end up with 50 years. That's what I think. But, you know, they messed up this case, and I'm going to tell you something. And that's why when people be like, well, why don't you come down here to, I almost said Chicago, you guys, Detroit, why y'all ain't looking for and this, that, and the other. You know what? We will mess up some stuff, you know, and this is where they messed up some stuff. They messed up some stuff big time. So, and it's going to make people wonder. I'm going to tell you guys something real quick, and then we're going to get off of here. They had the trial of, and you guys know this, they had the trial of O.J. Simpson. And, O.J., you guys know, he was this famous football star, and he's dead now. He died. But actually, you want to know something really funny? I was going to share with you guys, and then I stopped because I told you guys things happen in April. So that's when I calm it down in my life. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I calm it down. The Oklahoma bombing happened in April. Texas Waco happened in April. That shooting of the school in Denver, it happened in April. The Nazi or whatever his name, Hitler, he's born in April. All of these things is contribute to the energy that's in April. Actually, O.J. Simpson died in April too. I think he died in April. I won't even, and I'm telling you guys, I won't even date. I married a guy that was born in April, and I did not know, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna, that was the worst thing I could have ever done. But anyway, you guys, so yeah, OJ, he played for the Buffalo Bills. I was just a little baby at that time. But he had the nickname Juice and all of that. But he lived in California. He was married to this woman named Nicole. And they had these kids and everything. Nicole cheated on him and all this other stuff. Well, the reason why OJ didn't get Mona said Aries are, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to make anybody mad that is born in April. It's just, and you can't never say everybody. You just can't. You can't say everybody because, that's just not true. Just like everybody's not a bad person. Everybody's not going to think the same. Not everybody. But yeah, you have to really, 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 really be careful. She says, I think he will go down SA, but not M. He will get the max for that. Yeah. Yeah. See what I'm saying? They know not what they are saying to ask us to come up there. Exactly. Yes. And so, you guys, we're going to talk about it, but like OJ, he didn't go to jail for murder or hurting somebody. They wanted him so bad that they stole some of his plaques and his trophies, and they were selling them. And one day he got a phone call, and the phone call said, hey, they in the lobby at the hotel, and they got your Emmy. They got your trophy, man. You're everything. And they selling it. And guess what he did? OJ runs out the house, jumps in the car, go down there to the motel, and takes his stuff back and pulls a gun on the people, to get his own stuff. So the police get there and they arrest OJ for robbing these people. I cannot make this up. That's why OJ was in jail. If you guys didn't know, put a 1 in the chat. That's why he was in jail. He wasn't in jail for murdering Nicole. He wasn't in jail for doing anything wrong. He went to jail because these people had stole his stuff and was at this motel. I think it was in Las Vegas or whatever. And he wanted to get his own stuff back. So he went down there with a gun and was like, give me my stuff and all this stuff. Exactly. And he got arrested. And that's how he did all that time in prison, you guys. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something. See, some of y'all see what I'm saying? So sometimes when we talk about things, it's like some of you guys know what I'm saying is true. I ain't gotta make you understand what I'm saying. You gotta go read it for yourself. Or you know what? You don't even have to read no more. Only thing you have to do is click on Google and let the book read it for you. You guys, you understand what I'm saying? So when karma comes, thank you, Robert. I was saying karma and Robert had wrote karma. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't going to have to worry about it. I mean, but I was looking at, so Naziah is innocent. The people that died in Oklahoma, it was 168 people died in that Oklahoma bombing. 168. That's a number I can never forget. That's the number I like. I like the number 168. So on the pick 3, I'll play 168. I like that number, and I have won plenty of times. But anyway, nevertheless, it was way before this Oklahoma thing. But it was 18 kids that died. 18 children, you guys. Once that happened, I went down there to Oklahoma just because I wanted to see, how it looked. Paper was still all over the town. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, they done cleaned up the street and everything, and the building was already gone, and they had already did. I stayed away while they did the search. I stayed away. But once they finished doing the search and, Oklahoma was healing, I said, I want to go down there. So one day I just jumped in the car and drove down there, had my husband with me. And I just wanted to see what destruction looks like. Because I know what Oklahoma City, downtown looks like. I know what it looks like. But I want to see what it looks like now that evil energy that was in this person that was like, had problems, was, didn't like, they was white supremacists, and people get mad. The minute you say the word, they be like, oh, SB, they wasn't this. Yeah, they were. And they honored Texas, Waco, Texas, people, and and Hitler, and one guy, he been already, they already took him out. He's already been executed, and one guy is still in prison, I believe. I remember somebody coming out of prison and they had him here in Kansas for a minute, and we're not even federal. And I don't know what he was doing, but I don't know. I don't know. I just know that they told me that maybe they were stopping here for some reason. But the federal prison, I think it's in Leavenworth. I think it's in Leavenworth or something, but it's not here in this area where I live at. We don't have no federals here. We don't have federal. Mm-mm. Anyway, hey, woke the guy, how you doing? So thank you, Moz, coming in here. But I was gonna tell you guys. So in the Naziah Harris case, they have messed up so much. Just the people, the lay people, the community, the family, and I just couldn't even believe it that when I went over the information that this is horrible. This is horrible, you guys. And it's just weird. But we're not going to stay on here. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, you guys. This is not our day to come on. We're going to come on tomorrow. And we're going to talk about this evidence that cannot even be used. Or you can bring it up, but it doesn't mean anything. Because once you contaminate something, just like in the O.J. Simpson case, where this Mark Furman, I think that's his name, Mark Furman, they had took a picture of the scene like they always do. But this Mark Furman wanted OJ so bad. Now, I'm not saying OJ didn't do it or did do it. My thought about the whole situation is if he didn't, he paid somebody to. So he's just as guilty. So why not, find him guilty? I would have. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just so heinous. Just it was a hot mess, you guys. It was a hot mess. And you can kind of tell it was anger. It was anger, like, I'm going to make you pay. It wasn't like, I'm going to rob you or whatever. It was like, I hate you. So you kind of can tell, she didn't really have no enemies. So who would only hate her that much to you know what I'm saying? So anyway, took two people out. Took her little friend out too, which, she had been running around town in the car, in OJ's car, with OJ's money, with OJ's kid, with another man, and throwing it in his face. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I be watching a lot of stuff. Like Shannon Sharp. He's going through it right now, too. He is. These women is coming out saying he didn't. And I love Shannon Sharp. I mean, I think he's been trying to prove to people that he's not gay. Okay? I don't know why, because who cares? Who cares who you sleep with? When you close that door, long as you're not sleeping with me, I don't care who you're sleeping with. You could be sleeping with the president. I don't care. But Cat Williams told him to go sit down somewhere and leave the snow bunnies alone. But he didn't do it. He had got all that money, and matter of fact, Cat told him, he said, man, why not? He was like, Cat said, I ain't got a problem with them. He said, I don't. He said, I don't have a problem with the snow bunnies. He said, but they will take you down that rabbit hole so fast. and in 2 weeks you're broke. Basically what he was saying. He said you wouldn't even find your way out. That's what he said. Cat Williams told him that. And Shannon just laughed. He said, he, ha, 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 ha. Monique told him, y'all know Monique. Monique told him he need to sit down and get him a little black girl. Go eat him some cornbread and some beans. Somebody that gonna cook, an older woman, and leave these kids alone. And he didn't listen. And I kid you not, it was not a year later. Now look, he got to step down from what is it, ESPN, and he's like, and I believe what he's saying is true. I do. But it's a bad look. They're putting a halt on his money, She said, yeah, look what they did to Kobe. Hey, yeah, But anyway, nevertheless, like I said, I can keep giving you guys all kind of information, but I was giving you the hypothetical and the analysis of what happened to OJ. So Mark Furman decided to go to the scene and put a glove down that wasn't there before. They had pictures of what it looked like before. So when you go back to the pictures and say, we took pictures of the scene, there's no glove. Then how in the world you found a glove? He was like, well, the glove was there. You know what, you guys, and we're going to stop talking about that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But in the Tyre Nichols case, I don't know if you guys heard this, but you guys seen the video. Everybody seen the video. When they snatched Tyre Nichols out of that car and did not even say who they were. And I mean, just started welling on him and everything and being really aggressive and hard. Do you not know that, okay, so this is what was on my mind. And I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but you're going to have to realize something. People will play right in your face. So the attorney says, well, they went to Tyre Nichols' car and placed gentle hands on him, soft, loving hands on him. Man, I just lost it. He kept saying it over and over. Did you guys hear that? If you heard it, put a 1 in the chat. He kept saying it over and over and over. Well, he was dealing with Tyre with gentle hands. He was dealing with Tyre with soft hands, soft handlings. And I'm sitting there going, y'all literally murdered this man on camera. And they kept saying it over and over and over. And I know the jurors have to sit there and be looking at him like, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Fool, are you serious? Do you think we're that stupid? Why would you come in here and say gentle hands and he handled him with gentle touchings? This man literally had a hematoma on top of his head. They said his skull was cracked. Gentle hands don't do all of that. And they kept saying it. The attorney for the police kept saying they placed gentle hands on him. Man, I lost it. I was at work. I didn't want to listen to no more. I just couldn't listen to it no more. It just makes me sick. I was like, don't even think about it. Just do your work and clock out and go home. It was a long night for me. It was very long because people would get in court and they would play games. And it made me sick to my stomach, because if I was a juror, and people play in your face like that, and this boy, that's somebody that has no care in the world for human life. I don't care if he was black, if he was pink, if he was blue, if he was white, if he was red, if he was yellow, if he was brown. It don't matter. This is an attorney that you want to sit there and make your little smart little remarks because you have no respect for human life. And this is our system. I told you guys a long time ago, the system is broke. And so while everybody's talking about we want justice, well, your system is broke. You can't get justice with a broke system. Here, hold on. Let me tell you guys something. Let me share something with you, okay? You got a broken stove. Make it make sense. You got a broken stove where it may cut on, it may not cut on. It may cut on one side. It only cuts on, it's the element, and that's what it's called in the stove. The element, on one side of the stove works and one side of the stove doesn't work. You put a whole cake in the stove. If it's broke, if it don't work right, you're not going to get a perfect cake. One side's going to be done, the other side's going to be creamy. Did Phyllis say, and Tyree was combative, so they had to do what they did on a wet, slippery night? Oh my, okay. All right. Oh my. Oh, okay. Man. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. What are you saying, Phyllis? Robert said they had previous encounters. They all knew each other. Tyree was acting tough with some bullies. I didn't never see Tyree act tough at all. I don't even know. I just never seen it, you guys. I never seen that. All I heard him say is, okay. All right. You guys are doing too much. Hey, you guys are doing, hey. I don't know if we're looking at the same video. I just can't. She said, I meant to say the attorney said they were in the right because Tyree was being combative on a wet, slippery night. I wrote it wrong. Okay, because girl, you almost gave me a migraine headache. I was like, what? I was like, Phyllis? Oh, Lord. Like I said, hey, if whatever you guys say, it's all good with me. But, the subject is on Naziah. You guys, they messed up with the evidence. I thought I did. That's what I was saying. I thought I knew you better. I was like, okay, I need to call her later on and make sure she all right. Did she just say what I think she said? God. Like I tell people, you ain't got to agree with me, but boy, sometimes, it's hard to, to write in the chat. But anyway, yeah, you guys, so I'm going to start trying to reach out to this one person. So I'm going to listen to some things. Hey, we are Cody Voice. How's it going with you? Anything going on with Cody case? And I'm going to share with you guys tomorrow. We will talk about it tomorrow. I'll have enough time to get it together. I got to work tonight. So that's why I'm telling you guys, come in here with your boots on and be prepared to conversate about how this is not going to work out to the best. Like 75 years, he'll get maybe 50. I believe he'll get 50. And he would have got 75 had not people mess around and, putting evidence out there and speaking on evidence that's not true and lying. And I really still be thinking, thank you, Sanja Watts, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he said, a super chat. I almost gave you a full dance. Oh. Okay, you guys, we've got 3 minutes. Anybody got anything that they want to share? Put in the chat. And we got 3 minutes. No more, no less. Thank you, Sonia Watts, for the super chat. I gotta put your name down. I got it. But I don't know where my sheet is. I'm gonna have to find my old sheet and put it back up to my mirror. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. She says, "Love you. Don't work too hard." I'm not. Smash that like button. Robert says, "Smash that like button, you guys. Make sure you smash the like, share, and all that other stuff." But yeah, we're gonna come on tomorrow. I got something to share with you guys, and I'll get it all together tonight. Hopefully, everything be okay. She said, "I'm okay." Yeah, and you guys are y'all not gonna like what I'm gonna share with you. You're just not gonna like it. But you know what? You guys' eyes got to be open. Like it's gonna happen. You can already see it's gonna happen. 3 minutes before we go, y'all. She said 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm giving you guys a whole hour. And this is not even our day to come on. So, like I said, she says Shannon, Jarvis, and King planned this. This was premeditated murder, SP. I do believe King got a lot to do with this, but there's going to be no way to prove it. She said, what is it in regards to, SP? Oh, people talking, evidence, information. Sometimes, everybody wants to show that this child was alive when they seen her. Nobody can tell you what she looked like. If it was the same child. Was the other child? Was Shannon another child in school? Because Shannon's got a little girl that's almost the same height and size, okay. And not only that, she never spoke. It's just weird. Like she was never important enough for somebody to see her face. When she was at the shop, they didn't see her face. They just seen this colorful jacket. When she was at this lady house, they just seen this colorful jacket. So the colorful jacket is more important than people. I you guys, hey, it is what it is. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. We're going to talk about it. We're going to stay in deep conversation too. All right, you guys be good, be safe, be nice to everybody.